Hey, I just wanted to take some time and talk about this upcoming Windup matchup. People bitch about how easy it is for this deck to get into your hand and take up to like 4 cards from you. And I see people talking about how it needs to get on the ban list really fast, and we're going to lose Rats, lose Hunter, lose Zen Mighties. Semi-limit them or limit them so they can't get this loop going so bad. But really, I think it's all just freak out for naught. I don't really expect the deck to top very much at major events because there are a lot of easy 1 card outs that completely shut the deck down in some way, shape, form, or another. So before you keep freaking out about it, just take a little time and think about everything that is easily going to stop this deck. Max C, if they were to attempt to loop you once you have Max C active, you're actually going to +2 every time they loop rather than -1. A well-timed effect Veiler on either the Rat or the Zen Mighty is going to shut them down for the turn, unless they're playing the straight hand loop deck, which uses the Warwolves and the Gilosauruses and instant fusions and crap. They may still have a way to get another level 3 out to exceed again, but chances are the versions of the deck that are actually going to have an impact on the meta, a single well-timed Veiler is going to stop them at least for the turn. Same with Crow. If they don't have a second Hunter in hand and you go ahead and Crow the Hunter that they have, their turn and, quite frankly, their next subsequent few turns is going to be very much slowed down. They may find a way to go ahead and get into a Zen mains to stall while they get another Hunter, but Crow's really going to slow it down. Christia and Vanity's Fiend completely shit on the deck. I mean, they're just absolutely too good regardless in the meta, much less just against the Windup matchup. Thunder King is everywhere right now, and while he may not seem to be the most predominant anti-Windup matchup card, he's going to slow them down from filtering through the deck in any way, shape, or form. And if they're dumb enough to attempt to exceed with him on the field, he's going to negate the Zen Mighty. So with that being said, they're not going to exceed into Zen Mighty because your Thunder King's just going to negate it. Fossil Dynamic can be hit or miss. If you set him, chances are they're going to loop you before he gets flipped, or if you summon him, they're going to summon a Hunter, run him over, and then loop you main phase 2. So if you're going to play the Dino route, make sure you have enough backfield to control him. Doomcow, the only way they're going to get Doomcow off the field is to waste some sort of resource. I mean, whether it's one of their own hand traps, like these first 3, or not, Rat's not going to get its effect, Hunter's not going to get its effect, Zen Mighty's not going to get its effect. Doomcow, if they don't have any extra resources to waste, is going to completely shut them down until they do. Vanity's Emptiness just stops everything. It's more or less the current day's version of Oppression, which if Oppression comes back, play Oppression. That's all I got to say really there. Warning the Zen Mighty, and you're good to go. I wouldn't warning the Rat or the Rat's effect, because you want them to get that Zen Mighty out first so you can get it to the graveyard. That way they, if they're able to get the loop off in a subsequent turn, they have less Zen Mighties to go through. Same deal with Bottomless. You could Bottomless the Hunter as it comes out, so they can't make a play. But if you know they have more than one Hunter, you can Bottomless the Zen Mighty. That way the Hunter's not going to have a target to tribute off. That way they can't keep the loop running. Summon Limit is definitely a tier 2 or tier 3 card, but it can be very effective against the deck. I mean, the cool thing with Summon Limit is it looks at the entire turn, even previous to its own activation. So if they were to summon Tour Guide into Sandgen or another Tour Guide or Tour Bus, flip Summon Limit, they can't exceed. Or if they Rat effect into Hunter, flip Summon Limit, they can't exceed. Their turn's over if they don't have the answer to Summon Limit. Kaiser Coliseum, this one's also good against, and say like the Dino Rabbit matchup. Summon Thunder King, set back rows with Kaiser, go. At this point, they can't Tour Guide, they can't Rat, because they can't have more than one monster on the field. Royal Prison would be the only reason I don't think Oppression comes back. It is the new Oppression, more or less. I'm expecting either main 1, main 2, have at least 2-sided. I mean, 1 or 2 copies of this card needs to be present pretty much everywhere in the meta, I think. But again, it's going to completely stop that Windup Loop. Macrocosmos stops everything Exceed related. It also stops all of the Inzector shenanigans, so that's just another really good one. Compulse and Book sort of serve the same purpose as well. They go into Zen Mighty, you bounce the Zen Mighty, or they summon Rat into Hunter, bounce the Rat, bounce the Hunter. If you have Book, you can Book before they Exceed, or if you let them get in, say you have a way that you can run over the Zen Mighty, let them go into Zen Mighty, and then when they use Zen Mighty's effect, chain Book. That way, once Hunter comes out, Hunter doesn't have a face-up target. As long as I'm correct that he needs face-up, Hunter wouldn't have that face-up target to send, so they can't get into your hand. Anyways, right here is at least 18 cards that pretty much everybody in any deck of Yu-Gi-Oh! Can find some way to utilize 2, 3, maybe more of the cards here. So in reality, this wind-up matchup should not be a big problem. You just need to make sure that you have enough answers and you can have them fast enough. So if you're scared of them first turning it, play 3 Maxi, 3 Valor. I've seen people like Jason Meyer talking about doing that. Or you can do 2, 2, and 2, or 3, 2, and 1. Either way, these first 3 are definitely going to be your best friends. That way, because you can use them on their opening turn. But for subsequent after that, all the rest of these are definitely going to help put a stop to the deck. So let me know what you guys think. Talk to you later.